today is the official handover of the SA Agulhas, which marks the transition of the vessel to new international ownership. Now, the research vessel is an integral part of the country's maritime education and research program. So for more on this, let's cross to Vanessa Poonah. She's at Quay 500 at the Cape Town harbour. Vanessa, lucky you, I was saying, this is like the sort of stuff that, I don't know, just, makes you feel all good, warm and fuzzy, but important business for it as well. So talk to us about it.
Sakina, yes, good morning to you. And I must smile when you say that, because off air just now you were telling me how you enjoy all things maritime. But let me just then make you even a little more jealous, Sakina, because at the moment here at Quay 500, of course, the SA Agulhas behind me, very remarkable red and white SA Agulhas. I'm going to step out of shot for just a second so that you can have a look at what was South Africa's first polar research as well as polar supply vessel. And of course, we'll speak a bit to the handing over just now, but also then to my left-hand side we have the Sarah Bartman as well as the Ellen Kuzwayo, and right in front of me we have the Afrikaner. Of course, these make up part of the 6 research as well as patrol vessels that form part of our fleet. Of course, let me bring you back to the SA Agulhas now. Sakina, as you've rightfully said, a partnership being announced today, of course, the transfer of ownership, if one will call it that, of this vessel. We know that for many years, this vessel built in 1978, and of course it was for many years used as South Africa's polar research as well as supply vessel, of course, taking trips to as far as Gough Island as well as Marion Island, and also the SANA program at Sanai 5. That's of course South Africa's Antarctic program. Now of course today we will, or rather let me take a step back. So in 2012 this vessel was decommissioned from that polar expeditions, etc., and it was then transferred from the Department of Forestry and Fisheries to SAMSA, that's the South African Maritime Safety Authority. And joining me today, I have the board chairperson of SAMSA, Mr. Mahesh Fakir, to explain a bit about exactly what this transaction entails. A very warm good day to you, Mr. Fakir. What a beautiful day in Cape Town today, and also a beautiful day to launch this event. Talk to us a bit about the transaction, if you will, the handing over of the SA Agulhas to the German counterpart.
Yes, indeed, it is indeed a historic event for SAMSA as well as the SA Agulhas. As you say, it has served South Africa well in its Antarctic mission. Unfortunately, it had reached its end of life. As a book value, it has been completely depreciated. It is in fact a vessel that is costing SAMSA a lot of money to maintain. So it was a good idea, instead of scrapping it, to sell it and allow it to continue on its mission. The new owners, JS Maritime, Mahesh partnership with Germany, will actually be refitting the ship, fitting new engines, eco-friendly engines, and using the ship again for research in the Antarctic and research tourism, as we call it. So it was a win-win situation. They will be taking on South African training cadets, which we had been using the ship for at SAMSA. They will be taking on the crew, and in addition, of course, we get 45 million rand in the transaction. Yes, so in fact it's a win-win for South Africa. We then have an operating vessel from South Africa. It will be flagged South African, so it will be on the ship registry of South Africa.
I was going to ask you that, Mr. Fakir, because I was going to ask, are we losing this vessel completely? Will she still be based or berthed here in Cape Town? Just talk to us a bit about what that will entail.
Yes, it will be here in Cape Town. It will undergo repairs here in Cape Town as well, and so giving much needed employment to South Africans and Cape Townians. And of course it will depart on its Antarctic voyages here from Cape Town. So I'm sure the owner, Captain Stefan Bulo, will tell you more about that. But from SAMSA's point of view, it's both a sad day and a happy day. We are handing over here at our event today with the Minister of Transport being the keynote speaker. There will also be the German consular office being represented here. The German DERCO people will also be giving some speech here. And of course, we're looking forward to the keynote address of the Minister.
Mr. Fakir, thank you so much just for giving us an indication as to what will be happening here today. Of course, the SAMSA board chairperson, Mr. Fakir, explaining to us what will be happening with the SA Agulhas once the official handover takes place a little later on this morning.